There's the circus going on at 1925 Giants Drive, and I am absolutely sick of it. The New York Giants continue to make fools of themselves, not only on Sundays, but now on HBO Hard Knocks again, and now they're firing coaches for things I've never even heard of before. The circus does not stop, and neither does this show, and that's why you should subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on our goal of 99,000 subscribers. So, if you love this show, or if you want to love this show, and you love the Giants, you want free videos every day, hit that sub button right now. This is Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. The New York Giants, a couple of days ago, fired assistant defensive line coach Bryan Cox. And there have been a couple of people, and a lot of people, I'm very thankful for that have reached out to me and said, Marshall, why haven't you done a video on Coach B. Cox being fired? Because there were some things that I was hearing at the time of his firing that I did not actually believe were the reason that he got fired. And I knew all the information would come out, and I didn't really want to talk about it without knowing exactly what it was. I didn't believe it, and I still do not believe it. Jordan Renan saying this today. There apparently was some sort of disagreement on a seating arrangement involving recently fired assistant Bryan Cox on the way home from New England. Mike Kafka says you'd have to ask him. Then Kafka said he doesn't want to get into details of the decision to fire Cox or this incident. And then Dan Duggan brought all of the information in front of everybody. Mike Kafka again declined to share any details on what led to the firing of assistant defensive line coach Bryan Cox during the bye week. Sources say the final straw was Cox's reaction to the seating arrangement being changed on the flight home from the Patriots game. The assistant coaches typically sit near the front of the plane, but they were moved to the back on that flight. Why that was a big deal and what exactly transpired from there to lead to Cox's firing is unclear. But there has obviously been a lot of unrest with the coaching staff this season, and Cox is very close with Brian Daboll. So sources weren't surprised that things ended this way. I mean, come the fuck on. Are we serious? We have assistant coaches moaning and groaning and are upset with where they have to sit on the team plane. This is a joke. This season has been a season from hell. You can't even make up the type of things the New York Giants are going through this season. I remember during one of our watch parties talking to my guy, producer Andrew Connell, and he said, it can't get much worse. I said, hold your beer. I've been doing this closely every day for 5 seasons now. It can absolutely 100% get worse. And what's even crazier, it can get even worse than it is right now. There's still 4 more games and 4 more weeks. Unreal. And then Paul Schwartz of the New York Post, he pulled out the fire extinguisher to put out the fire of bad PR, saying a source told the Post Cox had checked out after Brian Daboll was fired 10 games into the season. It was Daboll in 2022 who brought Cox to the Giants. The two have a long-standing relationship, starting when Daboll was a young assistant with the Pats and Cox was a linebacker with the team. They also were together with several other teams, including the Jets. Cox expressed disgruntlement about the seating assignments for the assistant coaches for the flight home from New England. A source confirmed that apparently played a part in Kafka's decision to fire him. Perhaps a last straw sort of deal. Can we just sim to the offseason? Can we just not have to actually live through the next 4 weeks of the regular season and get to the offseason where I don't have to listen to Mike Kafka spew nonsense at a podium, and I don't have to watch this football team blow yet another fourth quarter lead? I'm over it. I want a new head coach. I want everybody that's in charge to not be in charge anymore. Think about it like this. The New York Giants drafted a quarterback this year. That quarterback Looks like the best quarterback in the rookie class. Only the New York Giants can make their fans miserable and ruin the season when they find their potential franchise quarterback. You just can't make this shit up. Everyone in charge has to go. I think this is kind of like, no, I can't even say that's a lie. Because it's the Joe Schoen Giants. We always hope the season's over before it's over. But this one feels like the worst one yet in the Joe Schoen era. And I'm not even sure we're close to being done. We got to talk about what Mike Kafka said on Hard Knocks and what Russell Wilson just did on Twitter. But if you want the Giants to clean house, to get the funk out of the building, the losing stench, all of the disaster that is involved with the Giants right now, if you want that to be gone, hit that thumbs up icon and make sure you are rocking our brand new New York Giants Now by Chat Sports shirts. Go to chatsports.com/Giants Now shirt and get your shirt today. The embroidered Giants Now logo on the chest. Any person that gets a shirt, there's already been a bunch of people that have. Major shout out to y'all. Once you get them, put them on, take a picture, and send it to your boy on social media, and we'll put it on the show. All right. The New York Giants are being featured in Hard Knocks in season this year, where they cover all 4 teams of the NFC East. And as you can see, a still image on your screen of Mike Kafka speaking to the team. This was when they returned from Monday Night Football, where they got their teeth kicked in by the New England Patriots. And he gave a speech, like all coaches do, addressing the team. And I think it was legitimately the worst head coach speech I have ever heard in my life. Not just in the NFL or NBA. I've been playing organized team sports since I was 5 years old. It's the worst speech I have ever heard in my life. I'll read it word for word, and I fear I'm going to read it with more conviction than he said it, and it might not sound as bad. So I encourage you to go watch the clip. It's on my Twitter. But he said, all right, so just on the game, and like yesterday, guys, we lost as a team. All 3 phrases. We lost as an effing team. But we're going to effing win as a team too. And that's going to be coming after the bye week, right? The reality is we have 4 effing opportunities left with just this group right here. Like, everybody, look at each other. And then everybody in the team meeting starts looking around. And he says, we got 4 ops together, man. 4 effing opportunities. Like, I promise you, I'm going to give you everything I got to go 4-0. 1 week at a time. We're going down swinging. Aggressive. I effing love this team. The results haven't been what we want. I effing love this team. I promise you, we're going to get to where we want to go. He's so delusional. Recharge this bye week. Or come back and go effing dominate. And if you ain't about that effing life, get the F out of here. You guys feel me on that? That's where I want to be with this group. All right, let's break this B word up. JMS, ready. I mean, poor JMS. He had to break the team down after you just got that speech. And I say this with all due respect. Played 1 year of college football. I'm not acting like I'm an NFL player. I've never been less motivated after 8 F-bombs from any coach in any sport I ever played in. 8 F-bombs have never sounded so corny. 8 F-bombs have never made me want to be less motivated than I was entering the meeting. And I promise you, I wasn't the only one that felt like that. Here are some still images that we'll go through quickly of all Giants players as they are listening to Mike Kafka rattle off 8 F-bombs trying to get this team pumped up. Now, you guys tell me, do they look locked in? Does Dexter Lawrence look like a guy that's buying the message they're selling? I think Darius Slayton dropped the message that Mike Kafka had. And Brian Burns, he looks so motivated. And I get it. You got your butt kicked on Monday night, a flight back. You're probably in this meeting right after the flight, running off 0 hours of sleep. This team is dead inside. They're dead. It's over. Move on. And like, I've always kind of said this, and I used to wonder, what do you mean? If you're a good coordinator, you'd probably be a good head coach. No, it takes so much more to being a head coach than just being able to be a good coordinator. And I do think Mike Kafka is a good offensive coordinator. But we've all heard it. Some guys are just coordinators. And Mike Kafka, you're just a coordinator. And I get it. Marshall, it's his first time being a head coach. It doesn't mean you have to be bad at speaking. Doesn't mean you have to be bad at commanding attention and demanding respect and getting players motivated and lighting fires under their butts. Like, first time here, I get it. But this isn't me as a first-time head coach. I didn't play in the NFL like Mike Kafka. I didn't coach under Andy Reid and coach Patrick Mahomes and speak to the media every week of my job when I was the offensive coordinator. I'm not saying I hate Mike Kafka. I want to make that abundantly clear. I hate the Mike Kafka-led New York Giants. Every time he goes to the podium, my stomach starts to hurt. I get embarrassed. Remember what he said. We're going to go down swinging. You're lying. Or is your version of going down swinging running the football in the fourth quarter down 3 possessions? The Mike Kafka Giants don't play to win, except for one bogus call on 4th and goal from the 6-yard line that he tried to convince you that he was a do whatever it takes to win. Look at this chart. Passing rate over expected. How often do you pass the ball compared to the expected amount of times you pass the ball? New York Giants are last in the NFL. They are last. But they're going out swinging. They're going out swinging, running the ball on passing downs more than every other team in the NFL by a good chunk. We're running the Wildcat in the fourth quarter, down 3 possessions. I just don't understand. I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be over. And then you got Russell Wilson on Twitter today, going down memory lane. Someone tweeted out, 2017, 2020, Russell Wilson would be the best QB in the NFL if he played today. And he quote tweeted that, adding his thoughts, saying, man, I got to get back to balling and being me. Back to my first 10. It's time. Time to go dark. Is this LeBron James in the playoffs in 2012 going 0 dark 30? Russell Wilson, that tweet might just eliminate you from being on an NFL team next year. Nobody wants their third-string quarterback going to Twitter, drawing attention to themselves, and saying, I got to get back to who I was, which was a Hall of Fame quarterback. You were a bad man. Ship has sailed, dude. It's over. And I can't wait for this season to be over. And hopefully, John Mara and crew make the right decisions to end the circus that's been taking place at 1925 Giants Drive since they last won a trophy. They have the most lost in the NFL since 2017. They are tied for the worst record in the last 3 seasons in the NFL with the true Joe Shane show going on. These are bad times, man. You are the new Cleveland Browns. Embarrassing. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_.